for Perth. Probably not going to be like a crazy bad storm hitting Perth, because by the time he gets to Perth, he'll probably have done most of his tiger stuff. He might come into Perth more as a lily, back to his lily form. I don't know. He might come to Perth as a tiger. I don't presume to know what Riley plans to do. Up to Riley. But he's a Western boy, as in Weston. Weston. Western Park. Magical place. And yeah, the other thing is like Rowan Dean. I mean, I'll be honest, I can't watch Paul Murray. No. I definitely can't watch Rowan Dean. I mean, I can watch them, but I can't watch them without getting annoyed, or even angry by some of the stuff they say. It just provokes me and makes me turn into a tiger. And it's like, and I really do. I become a tiger pretty quickly these days when someone presses my buttons. And I growl. I more than growl. I roar. And it's like, people don't like that. But post-traumatic stress is like that. And just force-feeding medication to people so they stop reacting to people that are nasty, that's not the answer. That's not the answer. That's crazy. Psychiatrists are some of the craziest people I've ever met with the way they think about stuff. So psychologists are different. Psychologists actually go into the substance of what has happened and what is still happening. And with me, it was more what was still happening afterwards. It was being in a homophobic society that made it really difficult and tough. And not just difficult and tough, I mean, it was worse than that. It was hell, let's be honest. Hell will kidnap prey. You can rearrange hell will kidnap prey into my full name. Believe it or not. Yeah. Western Park. It's magical. Riley, beautiful, beautiful Riley, is going to be an interesting storm, but for different reasons to Penny, who is the unlucky Penny, because of Owen. Owen's jealousy turned Penny into an unlucky Penny. Anyway, when you get climate change deniers, Paul Murray's middle of the road. He doesn't really go to the extreme, but he you can tell where he is. But it's weird because even the people who are to the absolute extreme in 2018 of climate change denial, like Rowan Dean from Outsiders, they plug their shows all the time on this channel, the weather channel. And it's weird because the weather presenters on here are not climate change deniers at all. They're the opposite. Not one of the people on the weather channel is a climate change denier. So that's where it gets weird, because it's just such a contrast, and you think, like, don't they have a sense of irony in plugging climate change denial just before the weather, where they're talking about the impacts of climate change denial? Like, the irony of that just strikes me as crazy. Anyway, that's just me. But I think it's enough to make someone choke. Like, as if you're choking on a penny. If you're a weather presenter, let alone a meteorologist, and that's what you got to put up with, like ads that are like that, it's crazy. Crazy. It's just such a contrast of, propaganda with, just good factual. The Weather Channel's great. I love the Sky News Weather Channel. I just hate that I keep having to hear all these far right-wing conservative voices in between the weather segments. That's really annoying. It's bad. And they should maybe lay off on the climate change deniers.
Weather alert.
There's plenty going on in weather across the country tonight. We have a tropical cyclone watch current for parts of far north Queensland. Severe weather warnings there as well. We also have a heat wave across the southeast and severe thunderstorms impacting on South Australia and Victoria. Let's kick things off in Queensland with this cyclone watch, which has been issued now by the Bureau of Meteorology. Now, it's for a tropical low, which has already been delivering some very heavy rainfall to parts of the North Queensland coast. But it's now anticipated that as this low, which is currently sitting to the east of Arakoon, will make its way into the Gulf of Carpentaria over the course of the day on New Year's Eve, it'll intensify, potentially becoming a tropical cyclone during the early hours of New Year's Day. If it does, it'll be called Tropical Cyclone Penny, before tracking back towards the Cape York Peninsula and bringing with it some very heavy rainfall. So we now have a warning area, for a cyclone watch area, I should say, not a warning, that extends all the way from parts of the Torres Strait Islands down the western parts of Cape York Peninsula. Now, if this system tracks a little bit further to the south, we could see places like Cowanma, included within this watch area, where we could start to see some very strong gale force winds developing over the next 24 hours. When we have a look at the satellite imagery, you can see the distinct rotation, pardon me, of that low sitting over the Cape at the moment, and it has been pushing some very heavy rainfall into the Queensland coast. You can see that we've had those heavy showers moving over Cairns, and as we have a look at some of the pardon me, Port Douglas, one of the areas we could actually experience higher than usual tides as a result of this system. We'll take a brief break and give you an update on this weather when my voice returns shortly.
Wow. I guess it really was an unlucky penny, huh?